Something I thought of while editing this, I wish I had said that really don't have anything to do with the video, but I despise horse haggling. I absolutely despise the whole idea of haggling over price, and it's stupid. Anybody sells something on Facebook Marketplace, they know to ask for more than they really want because of the horse haggling. And they wind up getting what they wanted anyway. It's just such a stupid waste of time. Why can't people just put the price they want and you pay it or you don't pay it? And yes, by me not horse haggling, I'm sure it's cost me thousands of dollars throughout my life. I'm sure it has. I don't care. I absolutely despise the whole idea of it. I think it's stupid. I think it's a waste of time. I think it's dumb. It's a dumb concept, is what I'm saying. Because most times you're not getting a discount anyway. You're getting what they wanted in the first place. You just got to go through the whole process. All right, on to the video. Good morning from Jonesboro, Arkansas, December 12th, 2025. If you have been eyeing one of these first generation Chevy Bolts, then I wouldn't look too long, because these things are getting harder and harder to find with good mileage on them. You know, a lot of people call 68,000 miles low mileage. I guess because I came from a world when I was a child, cars were wore out at 100,000 miles. They're not anymore, not even gas cars. But that's the world I grew up in as a child. We had a 100,000 mile vehicle. It was ready to get, it was old and tear up. But I guess you could call it low miles. I'd call them more like this low miles, 30,000. It's almost impossible to find these anymore with 30,000 miles on them, 40,000 miles. So this is about the best you're going to do most times. But look at this, less than 30. But anyway, if you want one of these, I would pull the trigger. Because, like I said, they're getting hard to find. I tried to explain that to my EV loving / Tesla hating cousin yesterday. By the way, excuse my voice. I don't feel that sick, but evidently I am. So anyway, he bought this car from Hybrid and Electric Car Sales in Franklin, Tennessee, just south of Nashville, a few miles. And by the way, traffic there Monday through Friday is absolutely horrendous, just so you know. But it's a nice, beautiful area, nice town. But anyway, let's now look at this. I don't understand this. I've looked at both of these. This is $3,000 more. Now it's got less than 30,000 miles. I guess that's why, but it doesn't have heated steering wheel. This one does. I don't know. I'm not a car dealer. I have no idea how these things are priced, really. I really don't. I'm sure Chip knows what he's doing. But this was a great deal. $11,000 was a great deal. And my EV loving / Tesla hating cousin is such a goofball that he sent him an offer and said, I'll buy it for X dollars. And the dollars was insulting. When he texted me and told me what he offered Chip to buy this car for, I was almost embarrassed that I sent him there. Because his offer was so ridiculous. I'm not going to tell you what it is. The offer was just stupid low. And I told him, I said, you're being insane. You're being absolutely ridiculous. There's no way he's going to take that. He goes, yeah, he will, because he'll need the money to go get the next car, and so he can turn a profit faster. That's what you need to do, turn these cars out quickly. And I said, somebody's going to buy this car within 2 weeks. That's what I told my EV loving / Tesla hating cousin. So somebody will buy this car within 2 weeks. Why would he take $1,000 less from you? More than $1,000. I'm not going to say. Why would he take this much money less from you than he could get from somebody else in 2 weeks? Because you don't need to turn customers away. That's why he just need to accept the offer. And I told him, I said, I can tell you've never ran a car lot. I don't know how to run one either, but he certainly don't. Anyway, he told him no. And I told my EV loving / Tesla hating cousin, I said, look, you need to buy this car if you want one, because these are getting harder and harder to find. I said, he don't need your money to go buy another car. I guarantee he's either got the cash or the financing to do it. I don't know which, and I don't need to know which. But he can go buy another car. It's just a matter of finding one. He don't need your measly few $1,000s to go buy another car. Now my EV hating cousin He used to buy and sell cars, and he needed the money before he'd go buy another one. But he would just do, I think, 5 a year. That's all Arkansas would allow without a dealer's license. That was my EV hating cousin. My EV loving / Tesla hating cousin. He's one who thinks dealers are the same way, I guess. But anyway, he did buy the car. I guess it's on the website because it's not absolutely finalized yet. He's picking it up Saturday. But the whole point of this video is if you want one of these first generation Bolts, which is the best used car you can buy if you're just looking at money savings. And by the way, I'm not going to say what he paid, but my EV loving / Tesla hating cousin, after talking to me, he paid what he paid what he should have paid. Okay, it was a fair deal. But anyway, I'm gonna pick up Saturday, and if you want one, you better go get it. They're getting hard to find, and you know there's only two electric. Well, there's only two car lots I know of that sell mostly hybrids and electrics. The other one sells solely electrics. That's all they'll sell, and it's in North Little Rock. Evolve Auto. I called them when my Tesla was tore up. When it needed I didn't know at the time what it needed, but it needed a upper control arm replaced. I called them and asked them if they worked on them. I'm 90% sure this is true. I don't want to say 100% because I can't remember everybody I called. But I think I called them and asked them if they worked on them. They said no, and they suggested me to another place. I forgot where. But anyway, I wound up taking it to Chip to have it repaired. And even though it was further away, still, I knew him and trusted him to work on it more. I don't know. And to me, he proved he was honest. Chip did, because we both thought it was the upper and lower control arms that needed to be replaced. I got there and he said, nope, your lower control arms are fine. You know, he could have replaced those too and charged me, and I would have never known. I would have never known. And a dishonest mechanic would have known that I would have never known. You know, so. But anyway, you can go here and get a car too if you're in Arkansas. And, you know, these Rivians are so freaking expensive. It's just unreal. They don't have any Chevy Bolt. They sell mostly Teslas, it seems like. There's a couple of Polestars. And this van, this Mullen, I think this might be the one that was built in Searcy, Arkansas. I'm not sure. But he sells exclusively electrics. Chip sells mostly electrics and hybrids. So he's got these all Teslas. Then he's got an area. He's got 3 of these. 3 areas. And my EV loving / Tesla hating cousin thought about this one. But then he decided he wanted one of the cheaper ones just to save money. Don't know why. He's got more money than you can shake a stick at. I guess that's why he's got all that money, because he likes to save it. Challenger. I used to want one of these so bad when they first came out. Then everybody got one. Then I didn't want one anymore. Kind of like the Nissan Xterra. When Nissan Xterra came out, probably in the mid-90s, early 90s, I wanted a yellow one so bad. And everybody who bought one bought a yellow one. And then I didn't necessarily want the yellow one anymore because everybody else had one. Matter of fact, my friend Manor, he went up there to buy one, brand new, and he was going to buy the yellow one. And the salesman told him, said, oh, everybody gets tired of that yellow after a while. You need to take this green one. He talked him into buying the green one. And I have no evidence of this, but I think that salesman knew he could sell the yellow one because everybody wanted them and had a hard time selling the green one. So he just talked Manor into buying a different one. Manor probably don't care anyway. He don't care a whole lot about colors and stuff anyway, I don't think. You don't really care. As long as you don't have a black car. He don't like black cars. If you want one of these, you better get it now. That's all I'm saying. All right. You have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.